What are the keys to having the healthiest, most vibrant, growing and developing infant? The answer to this question all depends on who you would ask or even what you read or search, but why is it so complicated to know what healthy development truly is when there are so many opinions and perspectives on it? So I want to give full clarity and confidence to you mamas out there today. So in this video, we're going to dig into the 4 main developmental tasks for infants 4 months and under. This video is for moms, especially new moms, whose infants may be more difficult than they expected, more colicky, more gassy, have reflux, or just not sleeping at an age-appropriate amount. This video is for moms who are looking for more options and just better answers. So here they are, the 4 most important tasks for infants to master before 4 months of age. They are eat, sleep, poop, and motor movement. When all 4 of those functions are mastered, life with a baby is wonderful. The baby eats with ease, has a great latch, nurses symmetrically on both sides, then the baby falls asleep shortly after, wakes up, and dirties a diaper. But if that process and rhythm doesn't sound anything like your baby's rhythm, if they aren't pooping with ease on a daily basis, they struggle to latch, or they're arching often while eating, or fighting a gassy and distended belly all day long, there is a really good chance that your baby is subluxated. Most of the stories that we hear from parents with colicky babies sound just like Nicholas's story. So Nick's parents had experienced colic with their first baby, so when Nicholas started crying for 16 hours a day, they felt helpless and heartbroken. They could tell that he was experiencing extreme gas pains, so they tried the gas drops, tried changing formulas, tried special bottles, but nothing worked. And the pediatrician said they were doing it all right, he would just have to grow out of it. But they were so desperate to see their sweet baby smile. They had so many questions, and they were worried that this wasn't just something that would pass with age. During the first months of life, infants will undergo remarkable transformations, but in so many infants, just like Nicholas, when they struggle with colic or constipation or reflux, it causes sleepless nights. And you start to wonder if this is normal. Do other parents struggle this much too? And why is nothing working or helping them? So while each child is unique, they have their good and their bad days. They develop at their own pace. Understanding the typical small behaviors and milestones can really give us parents the confidence that we need to get help for our babies and have the confidence to just stay the course. So as we dive into developmental milestones to support an infant's health within those first 4 months, I'm going to bucket them into 4 main categories: eat, sleep, poop, and motor function. And mastering all 4 of those in a certain order makes all of the difference. So let's dive in and let's talk through what normal looks like and how we can help when an infant is struggling with any one or more of these functions. The development of the nervous system, it occurs in 2 phases. So let's talk about the foundations of development in phase 1 first. So the first foundation is eating, okay? Either breastfeeding or bottle feeding, it's all one and the same as far as function goes. The baby should be able to latch and feed easily and comfortably on both sides if nursing. They should have a strong suck with the latch, not a biting latch. You shouldn't hear clicking while drinking or see any excessive dripping from the lips. And their swallow should be controlled, easy. It should be able to speed up or slow down as needed to match letdown. And lastly, the baby shouldn't spit up excessively or uncomfortably following the feeding. The second foundation is sleeping. The baby should soothe easily with parental contact or rocking and fall asleep easily, especially in mom or dad's arms. They should be comfortable and be able to sleep in multiple positions. They should not have to be elevated at all times in order to sleep. And within a few weeks of birth, they should have an established sleep cycle and wake to eat at the appropriate times. Not overly sleepy where they must be woken up, but also not waking prematurely every 30 minutes. The baby should start to sleep in stretches of about 2 to 3 hours at a time, and at this point you should also start to hear them start to babble and to coo. They'll begin to bring objects to their mouths, they'll plant their legs and push down when their feet are placed on a firm surface. The third foundation we're looking for is pooping. Yep, you heard it right, pooping. But not just the elimination part, babies should be able to easily digest their food. Their tummies shouldn't be overly gassy or distended, and they shouldn't writhe or arch as food is moving down that digestive tract. They should poop regularly. And while each baby is different, bowel movements should happen most commonly multiple times a day during the first 2 to 3 months. And when they are going, they shouldn't have to strain or struggle to get the movement out. And lastly, the fourth foundation is motor movement. Within those first 4 months of life, an infant should be able to hold their head and neck steady without support. They should be able to track objects and smile at the sound of your voice. They should start to bring their hands to their mouth and open and close their hands. And by 3 to 4 months, they should be comfortable with tummy time and begin engaging with toys and with people while on their belly. In contrast, if a baby is struggling in any one of these areas, you may observe frequent stiffening of the body, arching of the head and neck cranking, or excessive crying. They may have difficulty holding their head up in tummy time or the inability to handle tummy time comfortably for more than a minute or two. They may try to roll over or stand up too soon in a stiff and tense posture. You might notice persistent struggles with sleep, immune function, especially sinus congestion or ear infections, and even some digestive distress, most commonly constipation. As they're approaching 4 months of old and beyond, you may notice reduced eye contact, smiling, interaction, babbling, and imitating sounds just isn't on track. And when we dig down to the root causes of why your infant may be struggling with their health, the number one factor that we see over and over again that contributes to struggles with eating, sleeping, pooping, and movement is birth trauma, which affects crucial brainstem and cerebellum regions and their wildly important role to help develop all of these tasks and processes. And birth is traumatic for your baby for numerous reasons, including the baby's position in utero, the duration of the birth process, or the use of birth interventions like C-sections, vacuum extraction, forceps use. These all cause high levels of physical tension on that delicate tissue of the brainstem and upper neck, and that's where the vagus nerve is housed. And the vagus nerve is the one responsible for autonomic nervous system regulation and function, motor tone, coordination, immune and digestive function, literally everything. Pretty much all simply saying that if a newborn went through stress in utero and delivery, the systems that control eating, sleeping, pooping, and movement are all affected, and your infant may be having to work way too hard to just do these simple foundational tasks. So while the impact of these various physical stressors on a developing infant's nerves and muscles in the head, neck, and upper torso are significant, as pediatric chiropractors, we are uniquely and expertly trained here at Foundations to help infants that have experienced birth trauma and may be currently struggling with eating, sleeping, pooping, or moving. If your baby is displaying signs of colic, reflux, constipation, or is having difficulty sleeping or eating, these are all indications that your infant's nervous system may be challenged right now. If you're feeling discouraged with these symptoms, please know we are always here to help. First, please ask us any questions that you may have about this topic. You can leave us a comment below or send us a DM. And lastly, please share this information with other parents out there, family members, Facebook groups who need this. It could very well be life-changing for them, and we are here for you all.